What's up, you wild tigers? It's the KB here, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite, one of the most amazing, one of the most inspiring, and probably the most I take from heroes of my childhood. It's Ezio Auditore da Friencia. I learned about him 2000s, way back when I was in middle school. This was back when I first got the PS3. And I didn't really know much about Ezio Auditore, about Assassin's Creed, about all this stuff, but I picked it up, played it, loved it, and moved on with my life. And I played the next one, again, played it, didn't like the multiplayer, moved on with my life. Then I got Assassin's Creed Revelations, picked that up, loved it, really loved it, played it way too much, played multiplayer so much, met a girl that I loved for a while, and life changed in a time span. Are we gonna say the game changed it? It could, yeah. I may met somebody on there that inspired hope, not hope. It woke in something inside of me, and then only then did I look at Ezio and go, wow, there's something to him that's inspiring. And even to this day, and like in August, you learn something about him, and you go, wow, I should have known that, and it was there my whole life. I just didn't know. It wasn't ready to receive the lesson. So the greatest lesson about you, I'll leave to the end. But let's start with another one. This man, he was let's call him a player. He was a funny, loving guy who went out there and was outgoing and said hey to everybody and was really reckless and messed around with a lot of people and didn't really have a purpose in life. But it's what he did. He had an older brother who played chess with, but he would lose to him. He had a father who was really, really like professional, but was a fun guy and always was out doing missions at night. It was a great family. They had a loving family. They were doing great. Life was good. He had a girl messing around with, and he was just chilling. But times came to an end. Change happened, and they killed his dad, his younger brother, and his older brother. Gone, taken from his world. They killed them right in front of him, and it broke him. It destroyed him. He was hurt. He was in pain. And as he felt it and he braced it, he also got angry. And he set out for revenge to help stop what was happening with his family. So he became an assassin. Each and every kill, he learned new lessons. We must respect the dead. Requeste de pace. Rest in peace. No matter how bad or what their beliefs are, let them die in peace. In peace. He learned that our lessons we learn aren't from the others, but from guidance. How to kill, how to sneak, how to be a nice guy, what is the right reason, what is the right take, what should we do in this situation, when is the right to kill, when is the right to save someone's life, and why we don't kill innocents, and stuff like that. As he got older and older, he realized what it is to be an assassin. He even spares people's lives. And then end up killing themselves. Kind of like Batman. I'm not a monster like you. I don't need to kill you. But we must kill the evil in this world so they cannot hurt the innocent. So the assassin works. And another great thing from Ezio, it's not from Ezio, but it's from the All Assassins. And I will make a book what they call Rules of Assassins, like the Rules of a Knight, but in my own words, in my own take, and there was stuff I've learned from other things. And Assassin's a metaphor for somebody who fights for freedom and is a person who kills in life. Protects the truth. He says nothing is true, everything's permitted. To say that nothing is true is to realize that the foundations of society are fragile. That we must be the architects of our own civilization. Okay? We must understand that there's nothing is set in stone, when it revolves around humankind. Now, science is true and some stuff is true, but even then it changes, and sometimes we learn new truths and new laws and new stuff. So things aren't as they seem. So sometimes, as Ezio does, we have to learn to take truths, analyze it, understand it, and find out which ones are actually real. which ones are the most true. And if we do this, we will learn the most true statement or situation is happening at this moment. Because there's so much perspective. One truth could be a false to someone else, and it's just you have to understand what is the truth and then fight for it. Okay? Because if you start following just random beliefs and they're not true, and you then take the time to research it, to understand it, to live it, you may cause pain to so many people or someone else or something, or you just become living in the falsehood. And it's like the Matrix, and you're like, we have to wake up. And then to say everything's permitted is to realize that we are our own shepherds. We are in control of our own destiny. Whether we do something good, we be proud and grateful, or sad about it, whatever. We make responsibility for what we did that was good. Now, if it's bad, we still have to take responsibility and say, that's my fault. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Ownership. That's what that means. So Ezio, as he goes through his life, he takes more responsibility for his actions. He takes this into account. He does this. He realizes this is how it should be. And you know what? At the end of his days, he just realized, you know what? I done what I did. I'm done. I've completed my mission. Everybody's safe. There's freedom in Constantinople, Italy, Rome, I think Spain, parts of Egypt, places he sent out assassins to take, and the cities he saved, and people he's taken care of, and the whole futures, and he did everything he needed to do. And he said, I'm done. I lived my life. This life I didn't choose this life. This life chose me, and I had enough. And that's another thing I love about Ezio. You learn that you just give it up. It's not always about having this power, this fight, this leadership. It's about saying, I'm done. I want to go and live my life. And you can take that two ways. You can take that as giving up or as living his life, moving on and saying, I did this part, the season is done, I'm moving on. And I love it because when the time comes when they need him again, even though he's stubborn and he's old, he's like, I don't want this, because he has a family now. He's like, I don't want this. I don't want this to get involved with my family. And when he does, they come and try to almost kill his family, but he stops it. And then he decides to train the Japanese assassin, Sam. So he takes responsibility. He does what he has to do. And again, he leaves her and tells her to go. And says, don't tell anybody about me, about what happened here. But I wish you the best. And I want the assassins to live on, because that was my purpose. That's my, as a hero, I need to make sure there's freedom for the world. Even if I don't want to be a part of it anymore, I was a part of it, and I will finish the job. So he's now old in his 60s. He's like, I've left a legacy. I've trained my last mentor, and they will leave a legacy of my name. Move on. So he's sitting in his house, and he's been debating about something. It's as like the heroes, there's a quote. It says, "You never see a happy hero. They're always sad or something's going on." Because like villains, the villains are created from the same thing heroes are created, except one thing. Heroes say, we will not let this happen to anyone else ever again. And villains act in revenge and emotionalness and greed. The dark side, like Star Wars. So, he writes and he says, there are things that I, in my life, have forgotten or have not seen or missed out on. So he writes a letter. It's the most beautiful letter ever. There's a few things he says. He says, I had love, but did not feel it. I had time, but did not know it. And I had justice, but I did not see it. I think it's liberty. I had liberty, but did not see it. What this means is when he has time, he had time to do whatever it is he really wanted to do. And instead, he got pulled into this assassins. And he lived a life that he liked, but it wasn't what he wanted. He wanted to be with his family. He wanted all that. And when he lived a great life, he was happy, but when you look back, you go, it could have been different. It's not how, again, nobody's perfect. Even our heroes we look up to aren't perfect. But you have to understand that sometimes behind this happy person, this persona, this personality, is a man who once was sad and said, I will never be that way again. Or a man who said, I'll never let anybody feel that way ever again. Liberty. he believed the revengeance when he was younger that people just die like this. That just stuff wasn't right, and he had to fight for freedom. But he realized there was more liberty. He had more liberty to do things. People had more chances. It's even if he didn't do it, maybe other people would have stepped up. He had life wasn't doomed in a sense, but he always thought it was, and he always thought people it's just horrible. But no, there's liberty. He's the freedom. There's freedom. We have the freedom to make our own choices. We have the freedom to make our own choices. We have the time to do it. There's not a lot of time, but there's more time than you think. And last, we had love. Sometimes we have love and we let it go. We let it slip. We don't feel it. We don't take care of people. It matters. Remember the people that you love. Show them that you care. Be there for them and do the most. If you really love them. If you really see them in your life forever. And if you don't, still do it. And if they end up leaving or you end up making mistakes because of all these things, it's okay. It's a chapter of your life. Move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And life will never be the same again. Remember, you have love, you have time, and you have liberty. Don't forget those when you move through life. Whenever you feel stuck, you have liberty. Feel like you don't have time, you have time. When you feel like there's no love, you don't feel it, you have love. Just allow it to be felt. You have abundance, but use it for good. Don't use it as an opportunity to waste away. Don't. Be an assassin like Ezio. Live a life of purpose and doing better. And my last thing with Ezio was he gave a speech. He says, follow your own path. Don't follow any book or any person or any movie or any show, any ideal. Follow what you know with the guidance of others, but what you feels right in your heart. You are your own captain of your own ship. Take command, sail off, and conquer the world, as they say. And you can conquer the world by giving love. Just conquer it. Done.